Welcome to another edition of the Nightly Nuge. And Ted, we're going to have a guest with us every night this week. He's a fellow patriot like you and I, and you've been on his show. It's John Stubbins, and he's got a lot of things going, but I'll let you go ahead and kind of introduce him. And I'm going to tell you what the topic is today, boys, so you didn't really dress appropriately. It's Transgender Monday. But
let me tell you, Keith, all I can tell you, John, welcome to the Truth, Logic, and Common Sense American Campfire, Middle Finger on Fire, Defiance, Critical Thinking, God, Family, Country, Constitution, Bill of Rights, Ten Commandments, Golden Rule, Declaration of Independence, that great white buffalo man in the arena of the swirling dust of the challenge of the American dream, and law and order. So you can tell that we are defiant and very controversial, because all that perfect stuff is what you and Keith and I celebrate. But let me do a big overview here this evening on a wonderful 17th day of the Lord's miracle of 20 cluster crank 23. Number one, thank you everybody for standing up for, sharing, and celebrating truth, logic, and common sense, goodwill and decency, good over evil, and all the great positive spirit and attitude that is unique to this sacred and one-of-a-kind experiment in self-government. But Keith and John, I want to start out by saying, everyone take a deep breath. People always communicate with me. Shemaine and I have a Real America Voice podcast. John has a podcast. Keith and I do a lot of heart and soul research and dedication to examining the horrific treachery that strangles America right now. But ladies and gentlemen, it is springtime. It is not just April 20, cluster crank 22. It is springtime in the American dream, where we can take back this country. They are now having an investigation in the Allen Bragg communist crime celebration agenda in New York City and every Democrat city in the nation. I am buoyant, upbeat, cocked, locked, and ready to rock the Glock around the clock, Dr. Spock, because I am down to earth. I am grounded. And that's why horrible people hate me, and the best people in the world love me, love John, love Keith, love the positive, be the best that you can be, American dream. So, John, you dedicate yourself to spotlighting the cockroaches. Share with us why you would give up time fishing, time planting trees, time healing with nature. Why would John Stubbins maximize your time to repair the American dream?
Well, because, look, we got to save our country. And we're in peril. And as a United States veteran, I swore an oath. My oath doesn't end when I leave the service, and it doesn't end even if I'm disabled. It doesn't matter. I love my country. I love freedom. I love God. I love hunting. I love fishing. I can't wait to talk about Hunter Nation and Hunt the Vote. But look, I've got 6 active open investigations. I'm a champion of you, Ted Nugent. I'm a champion of President Trump. I'm out here fighting because we have information to bring the American people, and we've been stifled and silenced. But I'm going to get the information to the right people, because we're going to expose these rats for the liars, the deceivers, the evil that they are, the people, these Marxists that want to bring down this country and destroy us. Look, I had James Rosen on my show. It's actually going to air tomorrow night. We recorded it. We go over his book, which deals with Supreme Court Justice Anton Scalia. It's a very interesting interview. I hope all of you will catch that tomorrow night, Tuesday night, 10 p.m. on the Hunt channel. And I bring up the Hunt channel because it's simpatico with everything that's going on with Hunter Nation and Hunt the Vote. And believe me, folks, we're coming. We are coming. And when I say I'm a champion of Ted and Tim and Keith, believe me, I am. And we are not going to stop fighting.
Well, let me people witness your attack on the evils of the left and the communists and infest our country. Where can people join you?
Sure. Yeah. And I'll tell you, it's very simple. You can find me at johnstubbins.com. Okay. And all the information about the show, reruns, air times, it's all there under Indivisible. My show is Indivisible with John Stubbins. Okay.
All right. So we've taken most of the day kind of getting to know each other a little bit for the Nightly Nuge people that didn't know John. But before I let you two guys go, we're going to have you all week, John. I've got a bunch of topics that I want to cover.
Sure.
But Ted, I'm going to give you some stats that I think just going to blow you away. In America, really from the dawn of record keeping, we've had about 0.5, 1/2 to 0.6 of 1% of Americans considered themselves to be transgendered. Okay? 1/2 of 1%. In the last 5 years, Ted, that number has more than doubled among the 13 to 24 age group to over a 1.5% in that very youngest of demographics now consider themselves to be transgendered. And my question to you is, do you think there's any correlation between that and what we're seeing in all these schools with these drag queen story hours? The state of Washington has a bill up there right now that would, it basically allows trans kids that want to transgender to be taken from their parents' home against their permission, and allow them to go through life-changing surgeries and treatments. The state of Colorado has come out and said they want to be a sanctuary state for abortion and transgenders to come and without their parents' approval to be able to be changed. Do you think there's any correlation with all that's going on directly targeting these young people, Ted?
Yeah. I think it was about 35 years ago, I wrote an article in the various publications I contribute to regarding the dumbing down of America, because I was a victim. I was a mushy-brained, ignorant fool when I graduated from high school. And I went to an all-boys Catholic academy that prided themselves in education. I saw the dumbing down of America, and they are on a fast track maniacally dedicated. The government and academia, they are so communist, they are so demonic, they are so hateful that the dumber the people are, the easier they are to control. We see it with people wearing masks in cars by themselves with the windows rolled up. We see them on motorcycles driving through a park. So this does not come as a surprise, especially when then horrible leftist Democrats who have engineered recidivism and the explosion of violent crime, they are engineering the lie that you can somehow change your gender.
Well, tomorrow I want to talk about drugs. I want to talk about drugs. I want to talk about the drug cartel and the pharmaceutical industry, and I want to get your guys' take on that tomorrow night, right here on the Nightly Nuge.